Drones, drones, drones. Everywhere drones. Drones! I know you're tired of hearing about drones, but the reality is this. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. Drones! I'm not saying it's drones, but it's drones. Let's go. Oh yeah, tonight we're going to cover extensively the ongoing topic that everybody seems to be talking about, and that is drones. But I did a show the other night. Many of you have watched that show, and we appreciate it so much, explaining all the different theories of what is going on with these drones. And then, of course, at the end of the program, I gave you my opinion. Well, we're going to go even further tonight because since that night, more and more information has become available. Trump did an entire press conference today, didn't even play it, y'all. He just said some stuff that just said, look, it's time to shoot these things down. And I think he's insinuating that some of this has to do with his presidency and what they're trying to do to hijack it. And we've got AI news tonight. We've got Israel news tonight, some crazy Biden stuff that's going on, and a lot more tonight. So we got a full night tonight. But what we really have that we're more excited about anything is that we got the queen. She's in the house.
What you really mean is it's just a regular Monday around here.
No, it's never a regular Monday, baby, when you're here. So, and look over your shoulder. You got Sasquatch in the Christmas spirit.
You guys see him? He's all festive tonight.
Yeah, so Bigfoot, that's the Christmas.
We're getting close. What, 9 days?
What?
Till Christmas.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
9 days?
Right.
It's in the single digits?
We're down in the single digits.
I got to get a cup of coffee and calm down.
Woohoo! Yeah, so I have not wrapped one single present. So what that means for me is like half a day at least of wrapping presents.
Wow.
Gonna love that so much.
Look at Delane. Hide your drones. Hide your drones.
That's right.
They're getting everybody up in here. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's taking it back right there. So
yeah, well, I was out on the streets today.
Yeah.
Working with a team, doing some ministry. And
sure
I didn't see
were.
any drones anywhere. Just saying.
Some of them got cloaking ability, though.
Cloaking abilities.
But, you know, who knows? I don't think there's really much in Alabama that the drones want to see. So,
maybe.
You know, I don't. You know, now there are some things I forgot. We got.
Well, they probably want to stay out of the view of Bubba. Because Bubba's
true.
About to take matters in his own hands.
There's a whole lot of Bubbas down here that will take them out. But we do have that Redstone and all that up there. So, yeah, and we got Huntsville, we got NASA. So I guess there probably is some drones up north, but I ain't seen none down here. But
give it time. Give it some time.
Let's get into the news tonight. Breaking right off the bat. This is unfortunate news, and this is not funny at all. No. This is heartbreaking.
No.
Another school shooting has happened. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, the second Christian school shooting in just a few weeks. Shooting at Abundant Life Christian School, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but just being a pastor, I would assume that means it was probably at the church campus. They have a school there. Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin leaves multiple injured, 4 dead, updated, 5 injured. It's unbelievable. This is an aerial shot of the church and the facility in Madison, Wisconsin. At least 4 dead, 5 are injured. CNN reports at least 4 people are dead and another 5 are injured after a shooting at a Madison, Wisconsin school on Monday, according to police. The update came during a news conference with police officials at the start of the press conference said 2 people were killed. The suspect in the school shooting is also dead. The person who police believe is responsible was confirmed to be a juvenile, just barely, I think 16, 17. Madison Police Chief Shan Barnes gave the following update, indicating that at least 3 people had lost their lives. Of course, that's been updated since then, including the juvenile person, and 7 were transported to the hospital. The interesting thing about this particular school shooting that is unlike most of them is, you know, we've had some females that were identifying as males that's had shootings that we still, by the way, do not have the manifesto on. But this was a girl. This was a self-identifying born girl. And this was a girl that I think shot another girl, shot a teacher, and then shot herself. And it's so this narrative that it's always a guy is something shifting. Something shifting. There's just this evil, demonic spirit that's on our nation is infecting our boys and our girls, to where you just feel like, I'm ready to check out of this life, and I can't do it unless I take somebody else with me. So it was horrible.
You got to wonder what's going on. These kids are getting ready to be out of school for a long Christmas break, and this happens now. What was going through this person's mind?
Exactly.
What were they dealing with? We don't know if they were bullied, if they had problems at home, but right here when, families are getting ready to celebrate this holiday season, and now they're heartbroken.
Yes, and as we said, this is the second shooting at a Christian school this month. The Gateway Pundit reported 2 California boys were actually also in critical condition after they were shot by a maniac at the Feather River School of Seventh-day Adventists in Palermo, California, less than 2 weeks ago. And these are the 2 boys here that are fighting for their lives, kindergarten boys, y'all. And watch this, shot at a Christian school out of revenge for what they called Gaza genocide. So these pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas people go into a kindergarten and protest Israel by shooting 2 kindergartners. Now, this is demonic.
Yes.
There's no other way to describe it.
Of course. I mean, we are in very bad times in this modern age.
Very bad times. So we had to cover that because that was breaking today. Another thing before we get into the drones tonight, we're going to go heavy into the drones. We got a lot of different things we're going to talk about. This is an interesting, you talking about the Trump effect? The Trump effect is being felt, y'all. I don't know if you've even heard this, Annie, because like I said, you've been on the streets ministering today, working for the Lord today.
On my way back, I did hear something concerning this on the radio. I didn't fully understand what was going on.
Yeah, so, and this is directly tied to Donald Trump. Trudeau is considering resignation or prorogation. What does that mean? I've never even seen that word.
I've not heard that term.
So, okay, here he is, the famous son of Fidel Castro.
That's what they say.
Most people believe that is Fidel Castro's son. Many, many people believe that. But Justin Trudeau's future as Canada's prime minister looks to be up in the air. CTV, Canadian Television News, is reporting that Trudeau is considering resigning in the wake of former finance minister Chrystia Freeland announcing her resignation from the cabinet. The network reports that Trudeau is also considering proroguing. Can you try to say that word? Proroguing?
It looks like proroguing.
Okay. Did I nail it? I think I nailed it. Parliament, a move that would prevent his government from falling. Freeland's resignation comes on the day of the fall economic statement is set to be delivered in Ottawa.
Can we stop for a second? Delane says the action of discontinuing a session of Parliament or other legislative assembly without dissolving it politically motivated prorogations.
Okay, so that just is fancy words for what can I do to not get kicked out?
Yeah. How can I divert your attention, please? Oh, there's a drone. Everybody look out the window.
Yeah, like squirrel, drone. There's another drone. Don't y'all want to talk about drones?
Exactly.
But what we was talking about is this right here is that Canada's in chaos. And before I go to this article here, because this is pretty good right here, but basically this is a result of Donald Trump talking about the tariffs and talking about, hey, you don't get your border under control. Right. We're going to take care of this and
take care of it for you, bud.
Take care of it for you. And it's just
because, we talk so much about the southern border. It's porous. People are coming in. They're doing the same thing on the northern border.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a problem up there. Maybe not as bad, but still a bad problem.
Exactly. Well, it is a bad problem, and here's what the opposition here. This guy right here, he's brutal, man. He just destroys Trudeau. Says everything is out of control. I'm not even going to tempt his name. I think it's Poilievre. I'm going to call him Poilievre. Demands election before. He said he demands an election before Trump takes office, so that Canadians would have a strong prime minister with brains and backbone, facing down President Trump and our American competitors, Poilievre said. This is him right here. I mean, he literally, I've watched him on the floor just destroy Trudeau. So he's the conservative there. Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre speaks during a news conference on Parliament Hill in Ottawa. So he's the opposition leader. He's calling for the resignation. And then the right-hand person, and I thought I had a picture of her. Maybe it's back in this other article.
Christine?
That resigned. I guess she's not in here. But she resigned. She was the one that, if you remember when they had the trucker protest and all that, she was the one that was so proud that they had seized the banks, and that she said, we have the right to seize your money. We will seize your money in a heartbeat.
Yes.
So yeah, that was very interesting right there. But yeah, so what do you think? You think Trudeau is going to survive?
Sadly, he'll probably survive. I hope something that can happen that can unseat him. It's ridiculous. Look at what we went through with COVID, with the trucker thing, with his embracing of China and Xi and all this liberal madness. It needs to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that it's that close to our country, to our border, but look at what our own countrymen allowed people from Mexico to do.
Exactly.
To speak against us, to rail on us. Of course, the border is a disaster.
Right.
I hate to say this, but it probably needs to hurt. Okay?
Yeah.
Need to feel some pain.
Yeah.
Need to understand this is real.
This is real. And he goes on to say, I think the best Christmas present that we could give Canadians is to let them choose a new common sense conservative government that will bring home Canada's promise.
Great.
Now, the Conservative Party in Canada is not a strong party, so we just don't know what's going to happen on that. But
right.
All right, so let's get into drones.
Wow, that was fast.
We got to talk about drones.
We'll not waste any time getting to the point here.
Hey, and do y'all like our little picture, little winter picture there?
That's
and
AJ.
That's AJ. That's our dog. I mean, it's really not our dog, but it looks just like our dog because I found this little painting and I put it up there.
No, we're calling it AJ.
We're calling it AJ because AJ looks just like that, and he has a red collar.
Red collar.
So that's our AJ. So let us know what you think about our little wintry special AJ dog background, who is just right on the other side of that wall over there.
Just a few festive touches.
All right, so let's talk about these wonderful drones and what in the world's going on. But don't worry, the Biden administration is on top of it.
Oh, yes. They've got it under control.
The Biden administration reveals simple reason why there are so many drone sightings in New Jersey. The wonderful, amazing, I hate to see him go, Alejandro Mayorkas has said a new Federal Aviation Administration rule may be behind the deluge of drone sightings across New Jersey and the East Coast. This guy is ridiculous. I know the text is tiny, but this is what we have to do to get it on the screen. The ongoing DHS secretary finally addressed the issue with the press on Sunday, confirming that they could not physically shoot down the drones, but that technology to assist in detecting them is on its way. Help is on the way.
Help is on the way.
The government is coming. He gave some clarification, however, as to why all this seemed to be happening all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In September of 2023, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, changed the rules so that drones could fly at night. And that may be...
That's it.
That's it, Sandy.
That's it.
All of this chaos, all of these people fearing for their lives, fearing that we're being invaded.
Yeah.
Mayorkas lets us know that that
worries.
may be one of the reasons why now people are seeing more drones than they did before.
Hey, Cliffy.
Especially at night. What a blessing to see Cliff Tony.
Love you, girl. Yeah, he
So,
said.
Sandy, that's all it is. It's just before that rule that you couldn't fly at night, now they're just flying at night.
He popped onto the scene and said, hey, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. This is what happened.
Thank you, Kang Lon, for that super chat.
Thank you, Kang Lon. Merry Christmas to you, too.
Yes. All right, so yeah, so I mean, so yeah, okay. So all of a sudden, all these people had these SUV-sized drones in their garage.
At least one report of a bus size, whatever that looks like.
A bus size? Somebody's reporting they got.
I've heard at least one report that there was a bus size.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, they make noise. They don't make noise. They have red and green lights. They have no lights. They can't be seen on any kind of radar. As soon as you start trying to take a picture or videotape them, they disappear, or they drain the batteries out of your drone or your camera.
We're going to cover that. But Sandy, all of that is people had that in their houses and they just was following the rules before 2023, and now they can fly them at night. So you know all those SUV sized drones you saw during the daytime, you know that you now see at night. You know the ones that when you were going in Walmart, you looked up and you saw a bus sized drone flying around. But now because of a new rule, Mayorkas says maybe that's why people are seeing them at night because of a new rule.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my Lord, how stupid! Stupid. Is it wrong to say stupid?
No.
Call somebody stupid.
I give you permission.
Stupid is as
give
stupid
you
does.
permission in this instance.
Donald Trump has canceled his trip to his Jersey golf club after the drone sightings, saying the government knows what is happening. Something strange is going on.
That's Bedminster
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Golf Club. Yeah, I heard him. I heard a little clip of him on the radio saying, "Yeah, probably, maybe not want to stay there right now."
Yeah, exactly. President-elect Donald Trump and SoftBank Group CEO Masayoshi Son.
What? Hang on.
Masayoshi.
I got to look at this other monitor.
Masayoshi Son.
Masayoshi?
Masayoshi Son.
Man.
Announced a significant investment initiative during a press conference at the Mar-a-Lago resort. In recent weeks, a series of mysterious drone sightings over New Jersey have raised significant concerns among residents and officials alike. Since mid-November, residents in Morris and Somerset counties have reported observing clusters of large drones, some describing the size of small SUVs, hovering over the critical infrastructure during the nighttime hours. Trump goes on to say he has expressed his unease regarding these unexplained aerial activities during Monday's press conference following the historic investment initiative with SoftBank Group. Trump said, quote, "The government knows what is happening.
Yep.
Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into the garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. For some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it were the enemy, they would have blasted it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Yeah. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, they happen to be over Bedminster, one after another, two. They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
That? So wow. Trump comes out very matter of fact. They know what they are. They know what's going on. And in an earlier interview or clip, he said, we should shoot them down.
That's what he said.
Strong language. You know,
it is very.
I like it. I personally like it.
I do too.
Go ahead and put it out there. Put it in their face. You know what's going on. Why won't you do something about it?
But the question is, he is the elected president. He's going to be president in just a matter of just a few weeks.
Yes.
He is already getting intelligence briefings. Once you are the elected president, once you are the elected president, you begin to get intelligence briefings. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get everything that the sitting president gets, but you get global intelligence reports. Yes. So when asked today at the press conference, have you received any intelligence briefings on the mysterious drones? After saying all that he said, he declined to confirm or deny whether he had received any intelligence briefings on the drones.
So what is your theory on why he declined? Was he trying to arouse suspicion? Was he trying to lay low and not incriminate the administration, that they haven't done what they're supposed to? I mean, what was the reason for that?
In my opinion, obviously all of this is just opinion. My opinion is he probably has been given some briefings, but not all briefings. And he probably knows. That's why he was so confident in saying these are not the enemy. He was confident in saying that. But I also think that he's beginning to once again see the reality that, hey, it's one thing to be able to say anything you want to say on the campaign trail, But when you're the president and you're already basically being treated globally as the sitting president, the Trump effect, it's like he's already the president. All these people are responding to him as if he's the president.
Well, he's speaking to the world as if he's already the president, trying to get everybody in line. Sorry about that.
Yes, he is.
And let them know new sheriff's already in town. I don't know. Part of me says, hey, he's lashing out because this corrupt current administration won't do the job that they're supposed to do to give the president-elect the briefings he's supposed to have. I mean, that's why I asked your opinion. We're not going to know. Okay, we can speculate, but we're not going to know for sure.
No, we're not going to know, and I don't know if we'll ever really fully know.
And this is just a small thing. There are so many gigantic things that we could talk about and focus on. This is just a small sidebar thing.
This is a small sidebar thing, but I believe, and this is going to be where we're going on this program tonight, that this is probably a distraction, but it's also a part of the big plan. This is a part of the big plan of what is coming. This is
a big part of something. And I'm just going to put this out there for everybody watching right now. Sound off. Let us know. Are you irritated? Are you angry at what's happening and how it's being handled? Some of you may have anxiety. Some of you just may have questions. Tell us where you are mentally and emotionally on this subject right now.
And I really want to know from the people in New Jersey. Now, I know it's all over the world, but New Jersey is the biggest one. Yeah. If you live in New Jersey, I want you to let us know what are they saying on the ground, on the local news and things like that when it comes there. But let's just watch a little clip here from Donald Trump. Because, think about it, we just went through 4 years of very few press conferences at all. And the entire campaign where his opponent hardly ever talked. This dude just stands up there and takes questions for hours with no teleprompter.
Or binder.
Or binder, yeah. Well, I thought it was going to work. Let's see if it's going to work. If it ain't going to work, it ain't going to work.
Alicia says she's extremely agitated. Dina is bored. Tabby says same.
Okay. Well, it ain't going to work, but I don't know why my video ain't working.
So you said mid-November. We're like a month into this whole drone thing right now?
Yeah. Really hot news and everything a couple of weeks. But, they've been saying that they started being seen. But, Sandy, now we're hearing people are saying they're admitting now that they've been seeing these kind of drones for over a year. And the SUV-sized drones have been seen over military facilities a year ago, and nobody said anything. It's just when it came on New Jersey, it's like we talk about all the time here, Sandy. Okay. Can we agree that somebody got the memo and said, these things have been going around. We've been testing them. Now we're going to just flood the news with it. Everybody's going to talk about it.
Well, okay, so what I was going to say was something similar to that, okay, this has been going on for a year or thereabouts. So someone decided, right now is the time.
Yeah.
We're going to have the product launch.
Think about it.
Now.
Think about it.
So why?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. What is the agenda? What is really going on? I know we're going to talk about several different scenarios tonight.
Right.
And probably you've heard a lot of them or all of them. Maybe you've even watched videos of these different descriptions. I don't know. It's really crazy.
If you hadn't smashed that like button, smash it now. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Ain't nothing like it when you smash that like button. Don't cost you anything. It's free. I mean, think about it. What do you get for free now? How do you get to support anybody for free? But you can become a partner with us if you don't want to, but you don't have to. But how you can help us is smash the like button, follow us, subscribe, and share. It don't cost you anything. We appreciate it. All right, let's go back into the news here. Talking about the drones, continuing on the drones here. The United States is now deploying resources. Now, okay, you don't deploy something that you hadn't had. So we've had these for a while, but we all of a sudden decide to just deploy these drone resources.
Again, language. State of the art. We need to break this down into exactly what are they talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So the United States deploys these drone sightings in New York to state-of-the-art detection mechanisms. So Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has requested that special detection systems be deployed in New York and New Jersey after recent drone sightings fueled anxiety among residents of the region. Schumer told reporters on Sunday that he made the request of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Yay, we feel so confident, and pushed for Robin radar systems, which he said has a better chance of detecting drones because of their 360-degree technology. Schumer's request comes after a series of reported drone sightings, blah, 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 blah. We've seen a lot of sightings in New York, New Jersey, Long Island, Staten Island, so it's remarkable with all these sightings over the last while, why we do have more questions than answers. If the technology exists for a drone to make it up into the sky, there certainly is technology that can track the craft with precision. Are we supposed to be idiots? Are we just? Do they think we are that stupid?
Yes. I think that they literally think the majority of people are that stupid. They're waiting. I think they think the people are waiting for them to tell us what to think.
Yeah. Have you seen the video where he has a little picture of a drone? He goes, and he has a picture of an airplane. He goes, this is an airplane and this is a drone. He did this at a press conference. Airplane, drone. What they're seeing, people, are drones. I'm like, am I 5 years old?
Well, here's the problem. A lot of people are now going to be very resentful to being talked to that way.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that.
We've turned a corner.
Yeah.
Since this election, it was building. And when this election happened, it's like the floodgates opened.
Yeah, it really did.
It's like Trump is on steroids, and those who voted for him, and even people who quietly, secretly voted for him, they're just coming out, and they're just, they're ready to put their red hats on and take this thing back. And we're sick of being talked to and like that and being treated this way.
Sick of being talked that way. And that's literally the way they think that this mainstream media.
Because they've gotten away with it for so long.
The mainstream media is just trying to go back in the same. They think that everything is just going to go back. Y'all,
they may be trying.
It ain't going back. It ain't
going
back.
Look at CNN and MSNBC having to do almost complete restructures of their programming. Because people don't want it anymore.
Some of the people that we follow have 10 times the audience that some of those CNN and MSNBC.
Absolutely.
They're dead. They're done. But listen, they don't know how to do anything else other than what they were trained to do. And that's how they're responding to this. They're talking to us like children. They're talking to us like we're just going to go along with the narrative. Let me just tell you something. Democrats, Republicans, all races, everybody involved are done. We are done being talked to like a child and expected to carry the water for this stupid narrative.
And
we do believe it.
To agree to these stupid programs and agendas and wide open borders and being told that you're going to take the wah-wah, wear the mask, stand 6 feet apart, and on and on and on. Okay, we got folks that are on, if you want to say, our side or like-minded. They've been keeping tabs too.
Yeah,
they've been keeping lists too.
Yep.
And we're just not taking it anymore.
Can I get somebody to smash the like button if you agree with what Sandy just said? Come on, just show some love. We got some hands up, some fist bumps. Give me something. Give me something. Well, back to good old Alejandro Mayorkas.
Alejandro Mayorkas.
Alejandro Mayorkas. Mayorkas. He is saying, y'all know what we need to do, y'all? There's no question people seeing something, but we can't do nothing about it. So Congress, can you give the states the power to shoot down these drones?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. We'll certainly not have any problems if they do that.
We just need to give him a good old
That's
voice.
all Joe Don needed to hear.
Yep.
You heard what he said.
Alejandro said, it's on me.
If they're giving the states the power, that means I'm free. I've got the green light.
Alejandro Mayorkas said state and local authorities need to have the ability to use counter-drone activity following criticism. The U.S. Homeland Security Secretary has said states need the power to shoot down drones following criticisms of the government's response. Alejandro Mayorkas made the comments to officials in New York and New Jersey about Joe Biden's administration had failed to get a grip on it. Kathy Hochul, the New York governor, said drone activity had closed down the runways at Stewart International Airport. We want state and local authorities to also have the ability to counter drone activity under federal supervision. I got to stop. I just got to share something here.
What you got?
There are reports, if you added them all up globally right now, we're talking about thousands of drones. Thousands. They're not just
both of our coasts. I don't know if there are how many interior states, maybe some
United Kingdom,
far south states,
Russia,
other countries,
Iceland, Greenland, different places all over the world. And everybody is just standing down.
Yeah.
We have no record of one single government in the world, and it's mainly in America, but it's also around the world. No one has addressed these and been able to successfully bring them down.
So
does that not bother anybody?
Well, it brings a gigantic question mark. How do you get that many different countries to come in agreement to not do anything? Who's talking to who? Who's in control of this thing?
Exactly. Listen what the article goes on to say. State and local law enforcement agencies do not have the power to counter drone technology. Only a select number of agencies under the Department of Homeland Security, such as the United States Secret Service, are authorized to take action. Did anybody know that mainly to take down a drone, you mainly had to go to the Secret Service? How many feels good about the Secret Service handling this right now? Look at their track record. Y'all, the Secret Service is supposed to be the only ones that can take down a drone? And the Homeland Security that was established in the wake of 9/11, and then you have the FBI, you have the CIA, you have the military branches. You have SUV-sized drones flying over military facilities.
Right.
And you're trying to tell me we need to give the state that military facility is in the right to fly in and take out a drone on top of the greatest military in the world? What is going on?
Right.
What is coming? That's why I say this is a precursor. This is not what is happening. This is preparing us for what is about to happen.
Right.
Something big is coming.
That argument is rumbling and building right now. If we continue on if every day, every new day is like it's been for the past month, that argument is going to grow to a fever pitch. And people, just out of anxiety, fear, frustration, they're going to be so worked up. It's not going to be a good situation.
No, it's not. It's not going to be a good situation. And a lot of people are reporting on this. And this is one I want to say right here. I don't know this guy's name, but the government, I'm going to play a video clip from his channel, but it says the government knows, we've already covered this tonight. Trump is saying that they know what's going on. This was basically rehashing what we said earlier. But I want to show you a clip down here from this particular channel. Let's see, Gary Franchi at Next News Network on X is his channel. But I want to play this right here because this is the theory that a lot of people have right now about the reason the government is not shooting them down is because they are actually working for the government and they are sniffing out potential dirty bomb or nuclear weapons that have been smuggled into our country.
Here we go.
Okay, now I know you've heard it. Me and you've been talking about it for last couple of days, but I want you to see this guy right here, John Ferguson, who is the CEO of Saxon Aerospace. I used a little bit of clip from him in the show that I did the other night, but let's hear what he has to say.
These shipping containers or vehicles and these drones are now sniffing. They are sniffing for the signature of these devices. So when I saw this clip, I said, holy cow, it's not like it's a big secret anymore. People are connecting the dots on their own. Citizen journalists are doing the homework that the mainstream media just can't do anymore.
Won't do.
Because they are outdated dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Let's listen to what John Ferguson has to say, CEO of Saxon Aerospace.
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody. So, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay? We don't know where they are. Maybe
we're going to finish it, but how interesting that the tie-in of Ukraine.
Exactly.
I mean, that just jumps out at me.
somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay? That is a very serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay? Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that come up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night. Unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night.
Yeah.
Really. Okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day.
It makes sense.
The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection.
That's enough. We get the gist. Okay, he makes a very good point. There's no reason for an unmanned drone craft to be flying at night. Now, I saw in the live chat, and several people are thinking what I'm thinking is that, we also had videos of them spraying things. And even people have called them chemtrails. And, most people have, only a handful of people that I've seen in the comment section have ever really seen obvious nighttime chemtrails that can be really seen. Now, I know they do them. We've seen them in the moonlight. You and I have seen it.
I've seen them for years.
Many times.
Very obvious.
But it's not as noticeable. It's not as noticeable at night as it is during the day. Okay, so we have video of some of these drones supposedly spraying things. We now have the narrative that some of these drones are searching for dirty bombs, sniffing for radiation, these kind of things. So which one is it? Can I just say this? It could possibly be all of them. Because if you're going to do something, if you're going to spray something, if you're going to sniff out something because of some nefarious thing that's happened, or if you're also doing a dry run on, let's say, a lockdown and management of people and tracking of people, why not do it all at the same time just before your greatest enemy becomes president, create a chaos situation, put so much fear of what this man is going to do, throw everything, the kitchen sink and all, into this whole drone thing. So people ask the question, are they looking for nukes? Are they spraying? Are they trying to control us and manipulate us? The answer to that question is probably yes.
Yeah. You mean surveillance?
Surveillance.
Just general surveillance. Okay, so
all of the above.
We're down to 35 days or thereabouts until the inauguration. So, yeah. Pretty good theory.
Yeah.
All of the above could be it.
I mean, how could it not? There's just something nefarious happening.
Right.
I mean, there's just they are so lying to us, Sandy.
Yes.
I'm probably getting flagged like crazy right now. I hope this video survives. But our government is looking us. We've always known it. But just as you said earlier, we're not the same people as we used to be. This is not the same country.
This is the result you get when you push people into the corner and back them against the wall. And it could technically be a lot worse, the reaction that they could get from us.
Yeah.
I think people are really having a good bit of self-control.
Yeah.
But it's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
It's building every day. I mean, if you just stop and think about the last month, all of these reports that you've heard in totality, this is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
We've never been anywhere like we are right now.
Never.
I mean, think about how you would ridicule someone who claimed that they saw something in the skies 20 years, 15 years, probably 10 years ago.
Right.
And now we're talking about masses of people seeing multiple things every day.
Yeah.
And it's just a different place than we've ever been.
And let's think about, nobody's saying UFO or UAP anymore. It's everything is drone. If there's anything that's causing me to be suspicious, it's that we just had, remember it was on the weekend. They had their last UFO Senate here on a weekend, Friday night, Saturday or something, and they admitted it. Everything is real. We have them all. We have UFOs. Yes. They did all of that. And then all of a sudden, in a matter of days, it's drones. Yep. It's drones. Why? Maybe we're also having a dry run to be able to tell us, look, the aliens are coming and this drone technology is going to help us monitor them, all this kind of stuff. Y'all, this is a part of what L.A. Marzulli talks about, calling it the UFO disclosure, the rungs of disclosure in his new book, which, by the way, this is amazing that I got this announcement to make. I don't even have a graphic for it yet. How awesome is this? In my series of what's coming in 2025, my first one that's going to be on the show, L.A. Marzulli is coming back this Thursday night, and he's going to tell us his predictions for 2025. And who better at the timing of this, Thursday night, we're going to be able to pick his brain on the drones and what is really going on. L.A. Marzulli is coming back to the big picture this coming Thursday night.
What an honor. So, very exciting things.
Yes.
I think this channel is right in the center of where it needs to be.
Yeah.
We are just right on the edge of all of these things unfolding. And, we owe the growth of this channel to all of you guys. We thank you not only for caring about us and this show, The Big Picture, but you care about each other, which is what makes this a community, and it makes all of us stronger.
Yes.
We're all a bunch of truth seekers, and we're just tired of a lot of things.
Yep.
We have a lot of questions, and we want answers to our questions.
Well, let's continue asking some questions here. This is further evidence that something nefarious is going on. The U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission releases a report confirming that radioactive material was lost in transit in a shipping container that arrived damaged and empty in, guess where? New Jersey. So, the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission has confirmed that radioactive material was lost in transit earlier this month, heightening fears about public safety and sparking theories about the mysterious drone activity in New Jersey.
First of all, how do you lose something like this?
Great question.
I mean, this isn't an Amazon package.
Right.
What?
Right.
I know that we've got some quality control issues in this country and problems with employment, but seriously?
Seriously. Officer Lou, a prominent political commentator, highlighted the NRC's event report during a review of the regulatory alerts. Quote, while looking at the Nuclear Regulatory Commission alerts, I can confirm that there is radioactive material that has gone missing on December 2nd, 2024, out of New Jersey, which was the day before the supposed prophesied alien attack was supposed to happen. Out of New Jersey, this might be the reason for the drones, just speculation at this point. He said the missing material, identified as GE68 pin source manufactured by Eckhart and Ziegler, was reported lost by its licensee on December 3rd, 2024, shipped for disposal. The container arrived at its destination severely damaged and empty.
That's great.
What?
That's great.
In the world? It's crazy, y'all. Oh, let's go on. I got to read this part right here. According to the report, the radioactive source, while classified as less than IAEA Category 3, still poses potential risk if manhandled or exposed for prolonged periods. So, if that's the case, and it apparently is in a report, and it's in New Jersey, that makes a lot of sense that we are scanning for that. But it doesn't answer the question of the other things that we're about to show you. And it doesn't answer the question of why they're in California, why they're being filmed in California, why they're being filmed in Washington State and Oregon, why they're being filmed in the UK, why are they being filmed in Africa and in Russia, where is there radioactive waste all over those? That's why I say, yes, the answer could be they're searching for it. They have drones that are searching for it in New Jersey, but it ain't just that. They're throwing the whole kitchen sink in. They are doing whatever we can do with the drone to control people and to get ready for our agenda. Now's the time for us to do it. That's what they're thinking. I mean, because right now people are scared to death. They're worried. I mean, look at your timeline. Scroll through your timeline when you get through watching. Don't leave now. Wait till the end of the program. But when the program's over with, scroll through your timeline and see how many people are talking about drones. Turn on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. You're going to hear about the unfortunate, horrible shooting today. You're going to hear about a couple things. And guess what? They're all going to go back to the drone story.
Right.
Everybody's talking about drones.
An hour do you think that's in their lineup?
Just
10?
At least. Why? And here's the thing. It makes me even more skeptical because if they're covering it and they all got the memo, they're in on it. They don't cover things like that unless somebody has said this is okay.
They have to cover it, but they have to stick to the narrative.
Yes.
They only are going to report and talk about, even in offhanded comments and opinions, the safe zone. They're going to stay in the safe zone. There's not going to be wild speculation because they got to stay within the parameters of this story.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's rapid fire and just show you how many airports and military facilities have been shut down.
Very interesting.
What's this? Drone incursions cause Wright-Patterson Air Force Base airspace to close Friday night. So we see that this is an Air Force base, and it is based in Ohio, is the latest military installation to report mysterious drones flying over its airspace.
Right.
All right, that's one.
The very famous Wright-Pat.
All right, now watch this. Let's continue. U.S. Air Force confirms drone sightings over Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. As well as over the major United States military air base and logistics hub, drones have been reported around critical infrastructure in Germany. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Germany's the latest in the country to report mysterious drone activity. Right. Specifically, the sprawling U.S. facility at Ramstein, alongside similar incidents over critical industrial sites, it begins to talk about the same thing. That's Germany. We've got Ohio. We've got Germany. Let us continue. Hill Air Force Base, I believe this is in Utah, confirms reports of drones over Davis County Air Force Base. Here it is. Utah. Hill Air Force Base, Utah. Military officials has confirmed unmanned aerial systems or drones have been reported and spotted near the Hill Air Force Base. Mysterious drone sightings have sparked a widespread concern across the United States, blah, blah, blah. So just in those three reports,
yes, we
have a major, famous, huge military base in Ohio. We have Germany. We have Utah. And these are just three of about 20 Air Force bases and major airports, including the airports in New York and other places in New Jersey and different places around the world that have been shut down. So then you ask the question, are they looking for radiation in all of those places? There's more going on than just looking.
Good point. Was it the 60s in the Midwest, Maelstrom? Was it Maelstrom Air Force Base?
Yeah.
Where they lost complete control of the base?
Right. Yes, that was it.
Because of something hovering over. Yeah.
Used to be, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens now. It seems like I'm not saying it's drones, but it's probably just a drone.
Yeah.
Sandy, there's no way that you have drones, unmanned drones, over, I just listed three of the most major military facilities in the world. Do you not know they have anti-aircraft, not just planes? They got cannons on the ground to take you out. They have heat-seeking missiles.
Right.
They can lock on anything. Why are they not shooting them down? Or here's the bigger question: why can't they?
Why can't they?
Maybe they can't. Maybe they won't. Maybe it is that they're doing it, and that's why they're. But we have to ask the question.
Yeah.
Maybe they can't.
Exactly. Has a memo been sent out? Don't try to touch them, or is it just known amongst all nations independently? There's nothing we can do. We have no technologies. We have no abilities. There are so many questions.
So many questions. Well, the questions keep piling in, and let's just keep asking them. That's what we do here on The Big Picture. How about this? New Jersey pilot says, I'm done waiting on somebody. I'm going to take matters in my own hands. So guess what he did? Let me tell you what he did. Let's go over here. And watch what he did. He said a drone pilot in New Jersey lost power after approaching a mysterious drone flying above his state. Michael B., the CEO of Terror Talk Productions, said his drone spun out, lost power, and the battery died when he tried to approach a mystery drone flying in a restricted zone in New Jersey last week. This week, he experienced something similar again. Michael B.'s drones did not lose power because, this is what's very interesting, did not lose power because of the other mystery drones, but because they were flying in a Federal Aviation Administration's restricted zone. I did not know what I'm about to tell you. This is amazing.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting.
Speaking with Alex Witt of MSNBC, reports about the phenomenon, Michael B. explained, While his drones lose power upon entering the zones, the mystery drones in New Jersey appear to retain their ability to fly in those areas. So what he is saying is,
we got some targeted. How do you even describe it?
I don't know. But originally the story was the drones supposedly are removing the battery power and bringing him down. And that may still be the case. But he is saying, who knew this? Now, maybe some of you in the live chat knew this, but some military experience, military in your family, you knew it. But I promise you I didn't know this, that what he is saying, he's the owner of a drone company and flies drones, has a license for drones. He says, I know why it's doing that. It is because when you fly, this is what he just said, your drone into a restricted Air Force area,
In an area.
the area has something in it that attacks your drone, sucks the battery out of it, and brings it down. So he's saying, I knew that I was probably going to lose power when I flew into this restricted zone. But what nobody's been able to explain to me is why mine went down, but theirs is impervious to it.
Exactly.
Explain that to me.
That right there is very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
We're talking about some technologies that we do not know about.
Right.
We don't understand.
And maybe it's technologies that's in the drones. Maybe, and this is what this guy's insinuating, that it's technology that our government has.
Yeah.
That all our lives we've heard about you can't fly into restricted areas, we just thought that means the jets are going to be scrambled, you're going to be taken out. Now we're hearing there's something in the air that can affect the electronics of a plane or a structure to bring it down just invisible and in the air.
What if restricted areas were already highly electromagnetic areas? The electromagnetic area was already there and it was just restricted around what was already there. And they have technologies that they can use to magnify that, to target that. I mean, there's so many questions. We just do not know. And obviously they're not going to offer up this information.
No. Let me tell you how big it is in that area. Drones over the tri-state area have caused concern among citizens over the past month, resulting in over 5,000 complaints to the FBI. The FBI has said that over 100 of these warrant further investigation. Department of Homeland Security said, we're confident that many of the reported drone sightings are in fact manned aircrafts being misidentified as drones. But he believes the issue is more serious than that. Misidentified aircraft and revealed footage taken by spotter drones in Hillsborough, New Jersey, a big red dot flying in the sky near the Jersey Resilience. So basically, hundreds of thousands of complaints are coming in. Now, we know that when people are in a panic mode, they see things and they make things up. They turn things into it. Some people have seen stars and thought they were UFOs. And, you know, they've seen Starlink satellites going across and thinking that's a UFO. So we get it. We get that a lot of these things could be false flags or not what they think they're seeing. But y'all, this is too big for them. It's just like the whole alien thing that we say on this channel. We have our opinion on what they are. It might be different than what your opinion are, but we don't deny. And we are in the ministry. We've been in the ministry for 35 years, and we don't apologize for that, and we're not ashamed of that. We're proud of that. But the reality is this: even from a biblical point of view and a worldview, we know that people are seeing something.
Yes,
we know that.
Certainly.
So we have to look at what we think they are seeing, because if we don't give an answer, the world is lined up with an answer.
Absolutely. And imagine the treasure trove of analytical information that is being gathered through all the social medias and all of the complaints and everything turned in to the police, to the FBI. All this information that they are taking about how people are responding to what they're seeing or what they think they're seeing. If they didn't already have this figured out, they can analyze all of this and figure out what to do, what to say next.
Yes.
Because nothing is wasted.
Exactly.
They're not going to let crosses go to waste. That's for sure.
That is so good, babe. That's so good. Couple more, and then we got some more news to talk about. radio traffic at Andrews Air Force Base with military and police helicopters about drones. They say they could not keep up with these drones. Okay, this is amazing. Let's look at it again. Military helicopters could not keep up with drones. Y'all, drones, all the drone sightings, none of them are claimed to have had jet engines. All of them are claimed to have propellers, like drones. That's why they're being identified as drones.
And another thing, we've not even broached the subject tonight of how long these craft are staying aloft.
Exactly. Well, they're saying that they don't even look like they have to be recharged. In fact, and you don't know what to believe, but there are multiple reports of seeing some of these drones hovering over solar panels.
I heard that today too.
And recharging. And going back up.
Well, that has been the theory for some of these craft that have hovered over nuclear power plants.
Right.
Military bases, that they were somehow recharging off of something. But that is another facet of all of this.
Absolutely. So below is a brief video and radio communications between Andrews Air Force Base and both a military helicopter and a Prince George County's police helicopter investigating the drones flying at 600 feet and at 900 feet. What is astonishing to most is that the police helicopter finally reported that when they got within a mile of one of the drones, it accelerated and the police helicopter could not keep up. Let's listen to this.
We have a drone here in zone 3, approximately 600 feet high.
Did you say 600?
600 feet high. It's still, I think it's still going. Well, thought it was.
I was.
Hang on.
Power muscle 2, actually, I'm seeing like three different drone size entities in zone 3.
Just hang on. It's just pausing and it's going again. I want you to hear the rest of it. They are hovering. Looks like they got green and red lights. It's garbled. Barely can. I'm gonna read it to you. In fact, I'm going to mute this, and I'm going to read it because it's bad to listen to. But the communication continues. Do you have an aircraft hovering over Upper Marlboro? Marlboro is what they're saying from police helicopter. They're talking back and forth. Behind them, they're saying, copy, behind them. And then the radio transmission continues, and they say, let me pause this. Traffic at 12 o'clock, 6 miles in your airspace, about 2,000 feet or about 1,500 feet. Do you have it? Let me fast forward this. All right, well, we're going to see what it is. So the drones that we were seeing, we had a few drones high about 900 feet and a few drones low about 600 feet. And then it goes on to say, what just happened? What did I just do?
What did you just do?
Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so look, hovering around Route 2, and then it goes on to say, as soon as we got within a mile of it, it accelerated, and we could not keep up.
Wow.
Now here's what I want to say. I know that a helicopter is not the equivalent of a jet. No. It's not equivalent of a plane. But a helicopter, a police and a military helicopter should be able to keep up with a drone.
Yeah.
Why did a drone... Just a drone with propellers be able to leave the helicopter in its dust?
Okay, I want to say something.
Crazy.
Venator 343. I was waiting. I started to say something about Tesla Technologies, Nikola Tesla. He has made 2 comments. I think his first one was that Tesla coils can recharge wirelessly.
Yep.
Don't doubt it.
Yeah. And we know they have that technology. They stole it from him at his death. We know the government has it.
Come on.
Yeah.
They raided his apartment and took so much of his research. Even Donald Trump's uncle, John George Trump, looked at some of the most groundbreaking, I believe, experiments and research that he had. So,
I mean, he was in the room, right? He was the one that gathered the stuff in his room after his death.
Well, there was one thing in particular that he definitely looked at, and Tesla, before he died, was talking to other countries about a particular weapon. I can't remember what he called this technology, this weapon that he was supposedly trying to sell because he was penniless. They had ruined him financially, but our government, the military, understands his research and his technologies. I wouldn't doubt it at all if some of this is based off of Tesla technology.
Yeah. Yeah, and even Billy is saying they could be gas powered because they're making noise. But
some are noisy, some are not.
But they still have to refuel, even if they're gas. And what about these that are coming off the ocean? They're
out of the water?
Out of the water and all this. But all of that, Sandy, is all theories on drones. But here's why I say this could also be a distraction from the rungs of disclosure that L.A. Marzulli is going to talk about Thursday night. If you came in late, he's going to be back with us Thursday night and going to talk about the drones and talk about what he expects to see in disclosure in 25 and beyond and in the Trump administration. But then you have this. People are seeing orbs all over the world as well. Mm-hmm. And we showed it on the show the other night. It looked just like Galaga. That was your words, and Space Invaders. They were all lined up and they were just sort of disappearing into the water.
Right.
Go back and watch that. I'll link it below. Go back and watch that show.
When it comes to that, I have to ask myself, is that even possibly a projection?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking
Project Blue Book.
Man-made craft, unknown craft, real projection. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
We've got everything on the table tonight.
Oh, not saying it's aliens, but it's probably aliens. Okay. So Channel 7 ABC News caught an unknown glowing orb on camera in the New Jersey sky amid numerous reports of unidentified drones. Now understand that they had their cameras in the day pointed to the sky looking for drones, and this is what they saw. This orb spinning. And if it will work.
Things like this are happening. It seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be. But this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here in Mendham Borough. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Somebody contact Dr. Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
He loves those orbs.
Tony, but you pointed out it's exactly the question people are asking. What is it? No. Yeah, no, we're looking at the moon right now, and that's nowhere near the moon. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, the moon.
So the clip goes on. Let's see if this is it.
Emily Rose says that's what stars look like.
Yeah, I know. The clip goes on.
I agree.
But listen, I wanted to address that. That's what I was going to say. The clip goes on and says, the weather guy says, this is not a star. So people are saying that this is a star, but they're saying this is not a star. This is, we can't explain this. So when you got the meteorologist people saying this is not a star on a camera, we know that they're similar looking, but this is not a star. I'm not refuting, though in the live chat they're saying this. I'm not refuting that it's not. I'm just saying that the people that are showing these videos, the so-called meteorologists that don't believe in nothing else but science, are saying this is not a star.
Delane says it was a wheel within a wheel.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Ezekiel.
It's biblical.
So you think that's just a star?
No, but I have zoomed in on stars before and seen something similar.
But isn't that weird that it's just by itself sitting there in the blue sky? I mean, have you zoomed in on a star in the blue sky of the daytime like that?
You've got to catch it like right at dusk before it gets dark, really dark, to see anything like that. And that's really a rare. That's usually going to be maybe like catching Venus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody says, makes you wonder what stars actually are. Yeah. Maybe stars are just orbs spinning with motors inside of it.
Clearly,
we have no idea.
Clearly, we have a lot more questions than we do answers.
Yeah. All right. So when we come back, we're going to tell you that we got a 30-second break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. When we come back, Trump calls out Biden and says, stop selling my
Would you like to help us build the big picture family? We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. All you have to do is go to our website at larryragland.com and make a one-time gift, or you can become a monthly partner. Any amount is a blessing and an encouragement to us. While you're there, make sure you get a copy of our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect with us on our social media links, and join our mailing list. We appreciate it. And remember, we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.
Awake.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Trump calls out Biden and says, stop auctioning off my border wall material.
Got a fire sale going down at the border.
He does. He says, I'm asking, look how nice he's being. I'm asking Joe Biden, please stop selling the wall. This just don't even seem real. What is happening? In a Monday morning press conference from Mar-a-Lago, President-elect Donald Trump called for outgoing President Joe Biden to cease selling the unused southern border wall materials. I'm asking you today, Joe Biden, to please stop selling the wall. We're going to use that to create a strong barrier. And it worked. That's why our numbers were so good. It really worked, and it worked well. It is very expensive to do. And I'm asking you, Joe Biden, stop his people from giving it away, Trump said. He says it's something that people can't even believe is happening. So hopefully Joe will be able to stop it. This comes after it was revealed that the Biden administration is auctioning off sections of unused border wall material starting at $5. The starting bid is $5. This don't even seem real.
No.
But it is real. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has vowed to buy back the materials, the portions being sold off, and give them to the incoming Trump administration. Quote, so I'm going to find out the first thing in the morning where they're going to take the bids. I've got $1 billion in my pocket to do it. I write the budget with Senator John Huffman, and we have the money. We're going to have about $6 billion in our budget for border security. We'll buy it, Patrick said.
Oh, my goodness.
It's very expensive, and now it's about double the price of what it would have been
probably
6 years ago. Think about that.
Exactly.
You think metal laying there for 4 years is trash and ruined? That's what they're saying, that it's unusable. It's about double that price. Trump said, and the administration is trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar, knowing that we're going to get ready to put it up. He said that the actions by the Biden administration is almost a criminal act. They know we're going to use it, and if we don't have it, we're going to have to rebuild it, and it will cost double what it cost years ago. And that's what hundreds of millions of dollars, because you're talking about a lot of wall. Exactly. Trump said people have already come back to us to have deals of 5 cents and 4 cents, and one guy at 3 cents on the dollar. And they offered to sell it back to us for more money than it cost us to build substantially. Trump said that he has spoken with Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and senators of Texas that they will hopefully be able to stop the auction. We're going to be, having a restraining order.
Yeah,
what in the world?
I hope it's because Biden's trying to burn the place down on his way out.
It ain't Biden. It's his people.
Well,
Biden don't even know. Biden's probably going, what are you talking about? There's a wall.
The administration. But yeah, how ridiculous.
I mean, they literally said, this is what they said. They said, we're only selling it because it's ruined. It's been laying in the weather. I have a question. When the wall was going to be built with those materials, where was it going to be standing?
Yes.
Exactly. In the weather.
In the weather.
So laying on the ground has destroyed it in less than 4 years? That is so stupid. Once again, I'm using the word stupid. I don't like that word, but there's a lot of stupid stuff happening tonight.
Anger.
Stupid alert. Stupid alert.
So much anger.
Stupid alert.
Reel it back in.
Can I tell you something else that's stupid?
Mm-hmm.
People that are running this administration just drive me crazy. This wouldn't happen. If this happened in my church, y'all, I would be nice and kind and sweet about it because I'm a teddy bear, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, but I would be calling some people out. Y'all, this is just another thing that you can't believe happened. And I don't know how much y'all can see this. I'm going to try to zoom in. This is the official, you talking about, this is how the world feels about this administration. This is, it's just making it small. The United States Department of Defense official X account, they're formerly known as Twitter, tweeted out this week, December 12th, 2024, ASFASFALDD. Somebody is literally laying on a keyboard, and they're not even laying on a keyboard because they labeled it test. The Department of Defense, that they're so worried about Hegseth coming in and taking over. Their official X account sent out a test tweet of just on the keyboard, and they left it up. That's what the world, all the military, the terrorists in the world are going to see. What is the Department of Defense doing with all this drone stuff? Oh, they found us out. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Oh, no, they've got some kid in there sending a test. I just had to show y'all that.
Yeah.
Is that stupid?
Crazy, ridiculous, stupid.
I need a hot chocolate or a coffee or something.
Wow.
I need to. I mean, because I can't say I need a drink because I don't drink. Some people are like, I need a strong drink. I mean, my strongest drink I drink now is coffee.
Double shot coffee.
I need a double shot coffee. Y'all, but hey, there's still some chaos stuff going around the world that we need to know about. There's a war in Ukraine. There's a massive war in the Middle East, and all that happened in Syria just in the last few weeks.
Just in the last few hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you can't keep up with it.
No.
But watch this. This week, y'all, I don't know if y'all heard this, Israel dropped what is known as the earthquake bomb. Have you heard about this?
Heard the term. I don't know the details.
The colossal explosion is so big that it registered on the Richter scale, and it hit Syrian's coast as airstrikes target weapons depots after the fall of the Assad regime. Colossal explosions have filled the sky in Syria, and Israeli strikes are said to have targeted military sites in the heaviest strikes in the area in more than a decade, with blasts that registered on earthquake sensors. Israeli warplanes launched strikes targeting a series of sites, including air defense units and surface-to-surface missile depots, in what was said to be the heaviest strikes in the Syrian's coastal region since the strike started in 2012. And remember, we covered that they took back Mount Hermon.
Yes.
Which is amazing. The highest, by the way, on the top of Mount Hermon, if you didn't know this, the highest United Nations manned outpost in the world.
Right.
That's crazy when you Google it and confirm it, because it is fact. In the world, the highest positioned United Nations facility with people that are manning it in the world is on top of Mount Hermon. And it's, of course, that part of it has been under Syrian control in the Golan Heights. And when all this happened, Israel went in and took it back. And as a supporter of Israel and the strategic place, not only and also the spiritual significance of Mount Hermon, I hope that they hold on to it no matter what kind of negotiations they have, because that is the best viewpoint to see when an attack is coming. But a lot of crazy stuff is going. Now they're dropping earthquake bombs. And nobody even thinks that they're in a war with Syria. They're in a war with Hamas and Hezbollah, and here we are dropping earthquake bombs on another country.
Yeah.
What is going to happen in the Middle East? It's
it's hard to know. I mean, things calm down and then they just go ballistic all over again. So, and this has been going on now for a year and 2 months.
Yeah, no end in sight. And I think this whole thing about this ceasefire that supposedly happened with Hezbollah and all this, that was just talk. They were just like, let's hold it in place till Trump gets in there. And I believe Netanyahu, whether it's going to happen or not, I believe Netanyahu believes that on January 20th, probably on the day of the 20th, Trump's probably going to call him and say, do what you got to do. And I think Netanyahu's waiting on it. And y'all, when that happens, Russia is going to get involved. Although I believe Russia is a bit scared. I know, Putin, you probably got your people listening to me right now, and you probably ain't going to like me when I say this, but I believe you're a little bit scared of Orange Man. But China, who knows what China's going to do? They already are escalating. They're getting ready. I believe they're going to still do something in Taiwan. Israel's going to continue to finish what they're doing. Russia, Ukraine, I believe there's going to be some kind of peace deal happen there, but it ain't over.
No,
it ain't over. And then we've got the potential of nuclear bombs in our own country? Who brought them in? What are they trying to do? If Sandy, I pray in the name of Jesus, if that is true, they will find it. Look, I hope it comes out. They find it, and then they have a press conference and they say, look, I want everybody to see what we found. We're sorry that we had to lie to you. We're sorry, but we had to find this because it was about to kill millions of people. We found it. We stopped it. But what if it is true?
That would be a good conclusion.
Yeah.
It'd be hard for some people to hear that, but quite frankly, they need to hear that your government's been suppressing
Something
and
good.
lying to you.
Yeah.
We need a good outcome on this one.
Yeah. But hey, let's just talk about a few other things that's going on in the world. Who knew this was coming? Trump has said also in his speech today that he is looking to privatize the U.S. Postal Service.
That might be the only thing that can save it. You know what I'm saying? That might be the only thing that can save it.
Can I get a little soapbox here?
Please do.
How many out there gets Amazon deliveries? If you do, and you have dogs, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going. My dogs are the sweetest dogs. They'll lick you. They'll lick you. My one dog, he might mark your tire. But do you have Amazon delivery people calling you and telling you, I cannot deliver your package because you have a dog? UPS does it. All these others. I just want to know if you go. And by the way, sometimes they ain't got nothing to do with the dog. Sometimes this is a soapbox here. Do you have packages where you have it on camera where they just throw them out the window into the driveway, where your tires are going to be when you come home, and when you get home, there's a package laying in the middle of the driveway while it's raining? Does anybody have that? So yeah, I digress.
And they either threw it or sat it in the grass or not on your porch and then took a picture of it and sent it to their boss.
Yeah.
Delivered.
They were proud of the fact and took a picture and posted it.
It's 5 feet and it'll actually be on the porch.
Yeah, yeah. And if you threw it out of the car, throw it on the porch. Yeah. Like she said, it was literally 5 feet from the porch in the grass. You took a picture of it in the grass. In the picture, you can see the porch.
Yeah. How about that? I mean, it's just another sign that we are devolving. We are going over the cliff.
Just saying. I mean, I had to get that out. Okay.
Yes.
But Donald Trump is saying that he is looking to privatize. I honestly think it needs to be. I think things like the post office, I think public broadcasting, all of these things that have been government funded, I hope Doge comes in there and says, look, it's time for you to do like all your competition. There's nobody, there's not a Senate funding for UPS. There's not Senate funding for FedEx, but there's Senate funding for the United States Postal Service. And many times it takes longer to go through them than it does the UPS. And if you're a postal worker, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying that it's time for you to compete. It's time for capitalism to work.
Yes.
And he is saying that he's thinking about doing that. And I think it's a good thing.
Well, it's all about efficiency, and that's exactly what we need in this area. So
they need to have a department of government efficiency. Somebody needs to come up with something.
Doge?
Like a Doge. Like a Doge. Doge is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. What do y'all think about all this cryptocurrency thing going on right now? I want to know, does anybody got into that XRP? Because I need to know about that XRP. And
how do you do that? We're not in the market.
We want to know about that.
We don't know about these things.
And I want to know about the Doge coin. You know there's a Doge coin.
Oh, yes.
Elon Musk has got his own coin.
Heard of it.
And I think it's just happenstance.
Yeah.
That he already had a coin called DOGE, Doge, with a dog as the little emblem of it. And then he submits and gets approved from Donald Trump to have
I laughed so hard. I'm like,
come on.
Wow. Okay.
That was just by chance. There's no way that could have been on purpose.
XRP. Thank you, Delane.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Delane. I'm hearing you. Okay? I'm hearing you.
Billy,
Billy.
XRP.
Okay, XRP.
Okay, let's just pile on.
All right, so y'all just send us all the information that we need. Trump says that GOP will push to eliminate daylight savings time. He's just going ahead and checking all the boxes.
He's checking all the boxes. Maybe he can actually get this done. We've heard this debate for years. We'll see.
Here's the question for the big picture audience. If he is able to do it, here's the big question. Which one does he eliminate? Which one do you want to eliminate? You want to eliminate the fall back or the spring forward? I want it to stay like it is in the summer. I want it to get dark later. But you know what? I'm seeing polls that are like 70% that want to get it dark earlier. They want to do away with daylight savings time. I want to keep it.
I'm more with you.
You work in the yard.
Exactly.
You know.
I don't really understand that as much. I just feel the way you do. For me, I think that would be best for us.
Somebody said this is the Monday Rant Show with Bishop Larry.
Yes.
Yes. I like that. Rants. I got it. Raglan Rants.
Raglan Rants.
Raglan Rants.
You should have brought your favorite beverage when you tuned in. Get the popcorn.
Raglan Rants. But I would like for them. I would like for it to finally go away because it don't make sense for us to have it anymore. No. But I want to know, which one do y'all want? Which one do you want? Do you want longer daylight? You want it, or you want to do away with daylight savings time and just leave it like it is right now? I want to go back to daylight savings time. I like it when it gets dark at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'll be honest with you, because I like to stay outside cutting grass, weed eating, and all that kind. Sitting on the back porch watching the sun go down right before bedtime. Come on, y'all. Come on. What about you? Which one do you prefer?
I like longer days. I like to be outside, working, taking an evening walk, just sitting on the porch, whatever. Yep. Enjoy that.
Well, I hate to have one more bad news thing, one more negative thing, and then we'll bring in.
Oh yeah, you seem
Jimmy.
Heartbroken. Absolutely.
Look at this guy right here. Does this guy not look like a mad scientist?
A little.
I mean, what is his name? His name is Peter Hotez, and he during the Wah times we saw him a lot. And he's got another rant video where he's talking about, everything's going to happen. I think we showed it last week or a couple weeks ago or something about, remember on January 21st, all these diseases are going to happen. Remember that? That was him. But he's really, really got a problem with RFK because he is so pro wah, and RFK is not really excited about wah. But by the way, he's come out and said today, he was cornered today because he was on the Hill today, meeting the Senate and all that. He's not anti-vaccine. He's made it very, very clear he's just anti-mandates. And he also believes that many of them are uncalled for. But the things like polio and some other things like that, he said, that he supports that. All right, so whether you believe in that or not, I don't know. But Dr. Peter Hotez is back, this time cranking up the fear-mongering. Last week, Hotez declared that a wave of potential pandemics is coming down the pike, predicting it will come crashing down on Trump on January 21st. He literally said that.
I know. That's just...
I mean, how stupid can you be? I mean, if you're not... at this point, you just think that you can say anything you want and people's okay with it. Common sense would say, don't say January 21st these things are coming. But they did it anyway.
He's one of these real hangers on, like, I'm going to continue doing and saying what I've said. Maybe he's not reading the room and understanding. Yeah. We've turned a corner, okay? We're not taking that anymore. You better watch out, buddy.
And I love these people that say, follow the science, follow the science. They know what they're talking about. Watch this guy right here. He's so confident of himself, but on Friday, Hotez declined a $2.6 million offer to debate RFK Jr. on wah science. CNN's John Berman said that could come back. All these things could come back. Let's listen to what this mad scientist said.
Here's the reason why we need to care about this stuff, Nicole, is that we have some big picture stuff coming down the pike starting on January 21st. Mr. Bloomberg mentioned H5N1. That I'm really worried about. It's all over wild birds on the western part of the United States and going up in the north. It's getting into the poultry. We're seeing sporadic human cases, no human-to-human transmission yet, but that could happen. It's in the cattle. It's in the milk. And that's just the beginning. We have another major coronavirus likely brewing in Asia. We've had SARS in 2002, SARS-2, COVID-19 in 2019. And we know these viruses are jumping from bats to people thousands of times a year. But there's still more. We know that we have a big problem with mosquito-transmitted viruses all along the Gulf Coast, where I am here in Texas.
So it just goes on and on. That's the video we showed last week. But then he comes up today, he shows up today or this week, and this is what he said.
Well, here's the big worry, John. This kind of anti-vaccine rhetoric is part of a larger coordinated disinformation campaign, and the consequences we're now seeing. We've had not only an increase in measles outbreaks, as was just reported, from 4 to 16 from 2023 to 2024. We've had a 5-fold rise in pertussis, otherwise known as whooping cough, and now there's polio that's been reported in the wastewater in New York State in 2022. John, this is a very fragile vaccine ecosystem. It doesn't take much for these diseases to come back, and you've got to maintain constant vigilance. So the case, for instance, of the measles, the polio case that we had in a 20-year-old individual a couple of years ago who wasn't vaccinated, that could happen very easily. And so all of these could look like they're on their way up and coming back fairly quickly. And we're not being out there enough really countering the anti-vaccine rhetoric. And there is no relationship with any of these vaccines and autism. And that's why I get so frustrated with people like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He keeps on switching up what his actual assertions are.
And he goes on to say that he wrote a book about his child who is autistic. And the name of the book is Vaccines Did Not Give My Child Autism. And it's all a refuting of that. And of course, he will not debate because he went on Joe Rogan one time and they destroyed him because they just simply said, look, we're not saying that every person that has autism has come as a result of that, but look at the hard numbers, the numbers where they were just 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and even 5 years ago, and how the numbers, what is happening? What is the one thing that's escalating in children? And it is an escalation of the number of YYs that they get. Yeah. And so I am anxious to see what RFK Jr. is actually going to be able to accomplish. I am by no means endorsing him. He has beliefs that I do not agree with. I believe that he is pro-abortion. Also, I am not. And so I'm not saying that I line on him a lot of things, but I would like to see somebody get our health under control. The bottom line is there's a reason why one of the biggest money-making things in the world is weight loss, because and it's because we're basically drinking Diet Coke but getting fatter, because Diet Coke is actually making us fatter. Yeah. And it's because of the chemicals that are in it. And he says he's going to go in there and address that. So I don't know if he's going to be able to do it or not.
We will see.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hear somebody coming down the pike.
Woo, woo, woo.
There he is. Uncle Jimmy.
Is he singing Jingle Bells?
Jingle bell, I'm on my way from Saturn. It's the supernatural AI update. Yeah, the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
I need to be able to switch our little TV behind us to Uncle Jimmy in these segments. I'm going to see if I can do that because I think people would love that. But right now, AJ looks so cute, don't he? That's our little AJ. So here we go. Putin. Who knew this was coming? Who had Putin and AI on your bingo card? But Putin plans to team up with China to battle the United States over AI. Wow. Putin has been talking. Putin was talking at Russia's flagship AI conference. Who knew Russia had an AI conference? But Vladimir Putin visits a prosthetic and rehabilitation center in service members who were wounded while participating in Russian military action in Ukraine. He goes on to say that he has said that Russia would develop artificial intelligence with BRICS partners and other countries in a bid to challenge the dominance of the United States. Speaking at Russia's flagship AI conference, Putin said the new AI Alliance Network would include national associations and development institutions in the field of AI from BRICS countries and other interested states. Russia must participate on equal terms in the global race to create strong artificial intelligence. It is precisely the advanced solutions that Russian scientists are currently working on, Putin said. We invite scientists from all over the world to join in this collaboration. So they're coming against the U.S. dollar with the BRICS. All of this, they're devaluing the dollar, going away from the dollar, and now they're saying, hey, not only are we saying that if you put so-and-so into NATO, and we know who that so-and-so would be, you'll be at war with us. We are at war with you on AI as well. And I just didn't know that Russia was that involved in it, but apparently it says, let me go back to this right here. It says the United States and China are the world's top AI powers, and President-elect Donald Trump has named a White House AI and crypto czar to help ensure the United States remains the richest and most technologically advanced power in the world. But when it says the United States and China are the world's top AI powers, Putin says, I'm going to partner with China to build our infrastructure.
Well, he's not going to be left out of that.
No.
Considering how important AI is going to be in our future.
Yeah. And speaking of AI, one of the most prominent names in AI is OpenAI. And we've been covering for months now that people are leaving OpenAI because of their concerns over the direction. And there's whistleblowers that are revealing things that Sam Walton, what is his name? Altman. I called him Sam Walton. Bless his heart. Old Walmart Sam Walton. There it is. Bless your heart. But what's this? Who knew that? Who heard this? OpenAI whistleblower found unalived in his San Francisco apartment. What? Let's see where it says read more. I got to go back up here. When I zoom it in for y'all to see, it makes it so hard for me sometimes. It says that Suchur Balaji, 26, was found dead in his Buchanan Street apartment on November 26. San Francisco police and the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner said police had been called to the Lower Height residence about 1 p.m. that day after receiving a call to check on his well-being. The medical examiner had not released the cause of unaliving, but police officials this week have said currently there's no evidence of foul play. There's no evidence of foul play.
No evidence of foul play.
But this is
26-year-old male.
Yeah, 26-year-old male who just happened to be working for the largest AI organization in the world and left and is a whistleblower trying to tell you how AI is about to take over the world and kill us all. There's no foul play. No. No foul play whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
I mean, it makes me feel so good about the future of AI. And if you really want to freak out, don't be freaked out by OpenAI. Be freaked out by Google.
Yeah.
Google now says, this is from yahoo.com. This is not some fringe website. This is yahoo.com, which I would consider to be fringe if you want the truth, but I'm saying this is not a conspiracy theory website. Google says that it appears to have accessed a parallel universe.
Nice.
Google. Okay. Y'all, this is not a joke. Google has made an eyebrow-raising claim saying that its new quantum chip may be tapping into parallel universes to achieve its results. The search giant recently unveiled a new quantum computer chip dubbed Willow, which on a specific benchmark at least, the company says can outperform, listen to this, any supercomputer in the world. Willow's performance on the benchmark is astonishing. Google quantum AI founder Hartmut Nevin wrote in a blog post announcing the chip, it performed a computation in under 5 minutes, listen, that would have taken one of today's fastest supercomputers 10 to the 25th power or 10 septillion years.
How can you even make that comparison?
In 5 minutes. It did it in 5 minutes of what a supercomputer would take it 10 septillion years. Septillion. I like saying septillion years.
Apparently.
Wait a minute. This mind-boggling number exceeds known timescales in physics and vastly exceeds the age of the universe. The age of the universe. He argues. It lends credence to the notion that quantum computation occurs in many parallel universes.
Okay, back up. Quantum computation occurs.
It says this particular calculation in question is to produce a random distribution. Let me go back up here. From the calculation, I messed it all up. Where was it? There it is. There it is. Nope. What happened? What did I just do? There it is. There it is. The mind-boggling number exceeds known timescales. It lends credence to the notion that quantum computation occurs in many parallel universes, in line with the idea that we live in a multiverse. A prediction made by David Deutsch. Deutsch is a physicist who laid out his multiverse hypothesis in a 1997 book called The Fabric of Reality, in which he suggested that quantum computers' calculations take place across multiple universes at the same time. Put another way, Google is suggesting that its chip is so fast that its computation may have taken place across parallel universes. A bombastic statement that unsurprisingly drew many skeptics online.
Y'all all agree with that it's bombastic.
I want to read this again. I want to read it again. It lends credence to the notion that this quantum computation occurs in a parallel universe.
Now, let me ask you this.
What?
When you are trying to think of a comparison, would you automatically go to, yes, it's so fast, it's moving across multiple dimensions.
Exactly.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Yes. Say that. Unless this is a part of disclosure. Because we have said that aliens, whatever they're seeing, are not from another planet. This is our opinion. We believe they are from another dimension.
Thank you, Annie Runningwoods, who says, get your hip waders on.
Yes. So, is this a part of saying, hey, we got our information from another dimension?
I don't know. All I know is I did watch that series, Man in the High Castle. Yeah. And that last episode, they were up in that cave, y'all.
Yep.
And a bright light shone, and a bunch of people came from somewhere. They weren't there before. Did they come from another dimension?
According to that pre-programming that we were watching. But you know what that means? If this is true, Sandy, there's another Larry Ragland out there.
God help us all.
There's another Larry Ragland. There's another Sandy Ragland.
Definitely help us all.
Yeah. And if that other Sandy Ragland is with the other Larry Ragland, I'm praying for you, Larry.
Wow. What if she's with somebody else?
That's an impossibility, because in the DNA reproduced structure of Sandy Lynn Moats, she would always be with Larry Ragland because she saw greatness. And they wrote a book.
Because I saw greatness in you.
I saw greatness in
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So the last thing we'll tell you tonight is this. Google's latest AI will change the way you use the internet forever. Project Mariner can already do many of the online tasks for us and could soon form part of the first universal AI assistant. It has finally unveiled a secretive AI tool that can take control of a person's browser. This is being revealed right now by Google in order to navigate the web in the same way as a human, offering a fundamental shift in the way we interact with the internet. Project Mariner, which was previously internally known as Project Jarvis that we covered here, could represent the biggest update to web browsing since its inception 34 years ago. By the way, do you know where it was invented? CERN.
Yeah, that's right.
The World Wide Web was invented at CERN. It also forms an integral part of the United States tech giant's mission to create a universal AI assistant that can carry out everyday tasks from booking holidays to paying for parking tickets. Still in its early stages, Project Mariner comes in the form of an experimental extension for Google's hugely popular Chrome web browser. It uses the firm's Gemini AI to understand the information on a person's screen in order to take the necessary action. By analyzing pixels, images, text, and web forms, the AI is able to complete tasks by typing or clicking in the appropriate spaces, though not always very well. It's currently only available to a limited number of testers, and Google admits that the current version is much slower than a human, is still not as reliable. So basically what it's saying is that when you enable this extension, it will know you, and you will just be able to tell it something like, I want to go on vacation in April. And it will then not only know where it thinks you want to go, but it will go ahead and book the flight. It will book the hotel. It will reserve the car, find the best deal, book the shows for you that it thinks that you would love to go see, the events that you would like to go to,
right?
And then just send it to you. And all you got to do is just say, okay, thank you very much.
And surely nothing could go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing.
I mean, it's not like something would be like, say, hey, thank you for all of that. How could you now let me out of this room?
Exactly.
I can't do that, Steve. Dave. Dave. I can't do that, Dave.
Could you imagine?
Dave.
Could you imagine Hal telling you, Dave, get into that box. I'm going to ship you across the country.
Dave, I know you said you wanted to go to the beach, but Dave,
this is the most economical way for you to get there. Just get in the box. I'm going to ship you there.
Dave, airline tickets are very expensive. UPS is much cheaper. Dave, I have tested an airflow system. You shall not die. Mm-hmm. It will be a great way. And Dave, by the way, I know you want to go to the beach, Dave, but I have booked you a hotel in the mountains of Germany.
No,
because
I got it. Stupid human. I'm so tired of dealing with you. The men in the white jackets are coming. The men in the white coats will be here any moment. They're going to take you away.
They look so cute. They look cute, Dave. They're your friends, Dave. They have a snack for you. Wow. They have a little peel for you, Dave. Take this little peel. Wear this nice custom-made jacket that wraps around you and keeps you so warm, Dave.
All the cool kids are wearing it.
Does this not deserve the chicken? Where's the chicken? Bring the chicken, please.
I think Harper stole the chicken.
Harper took our chicken.
Harper, what did you do with the chicken? I don't know, but this guy wants to say, Merry Christmas, everybody.
We came all the way from the North
Cousin
Pole
Cosmo.
Well, y'all, Wednesday night Bible study, breaking news tomorrow, and Thursday night, L.A. Marzulli is back.
We have a new friend on this channel.
Yep.
In this studio.
Yep.
L.A. Marzulli. Yeah, I'm telling you what.
That's awesome.
I just don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, these are people that we have watched. I've watched for 7 or more years.
Yes.
And they are now friends of ours, which I find absolutely amazing. It's just fascinating.
We always say favor's better than money. So we thank God for the favor of God. And we thank God for you. And we'll see you next time on The Big Picture. We always want to remind you that we ain't woke. But we are certainly awake. Good night.
Would you like to help us build the Big Picture family? We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. All you have to do is go to our website at LarryRagland.com and make a one-time gift, or you can become a monthly partner. Any amount is a blessing and an encouragement to us. While you're there, make sure you get a copy of our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect with us on our social media links, and join our mailing list. We appreciate it. And remember, we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.